Hey guys, welcome to another segment of VR for the Win. My name is Winnie. Anna Marie is behind the scenes working our production, and today we have two very special guests from Aspyr Media. We have Chris and Jonathan that we're going to actually talk about Aspyr. We're going to talk about Torn, the VR game that was released a couple months ago, which is still getting some pretty crazy reviews, and it's still a really cool game to check out and play. So, Chris and Jonathan, can you tell us a little bit about just Aspyr in general, kind of like the company, where it originated from, what you guys are kind of up to?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit of history.
So we're also in Austin, so we're locals, so that's
Nice,
great.
yes.
So as we know, Alienware has a nice, awesome office in Austin that I've never been to. So we're in this crazy, fantastic space. Like, I wish you guys could see all the cool stuff that's in here. It's amazing. Aspyr started about 21 years ago, 22
wow.
years, 22
You guys have
years.
been around the
anniversary.
block.
Over 22.
His first game was Tomb Raider 2 for the Macintosh computer, and we've been continuing to bring great experiences to new
I
platforms.
like how you said Macintosh.
Macintosh.
That's how old it is.
Yeah.
It's like Macintosh.
Macintosh, Tomb Raider 2 to most recently Civilization 6 on the Nintendo Switch. So we have run the gambit of, if there is a platform and there's an awesome experience, we've been there from,
Wow.
I think, every single console ever. I like going in our QA room because you get to see just stacks of
The history.
OG DS,
Yes, the
OG
history.
Xbox. Like, we're just going to go and show you this museum of awesome devices that are all still functional, and we can still run code from
And collecting dust.
fantastic things.
Aw.
Winnie's that way.
It's a
I
good-
know.
wait,
Winnie's
wait,
that way,
wait.
Samuel.
Yeah, I am here. Oh, am I not facing? You know, I should move my camera. Is that what it is? I should move my camera. Is that what you're asking me to do? Am I looking the wrong way?
Technically, you're supposed to look down because the way I have you positioned.
Ah, okay. It's a Brady Bunch style, so I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Noted. But Torn is a game that we had brought internally. So we've done a lot of publishing and co-publishing, co-development work. So with Civilization 6, for instance, we developed and published that on Mac and Linux, then iPhone, iPad, and Switch. But with Torn, we were like, hey, we want to mess around with VR. We worked with NVIDIA on Flex technology, and we said, let's build a really, really cool Black Mirror-like experience. So
You guys are big fans, obviously, of Black Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
For
yeah.
those of you
That's a
who
great
have
show.
not watched, Black Mirror is a series on Netflix. It's kind of like dark, humorous stories, I would say. I don't know, like
It's-
drama.
it's like the
mystery.
modern Twilight Zone.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Very dark, very tech-focused, very much. Here's a world. Here's a self-contained episode in this great experience. So Torn, we really want to say is.
So this is your first VR game.
first VR
Torn
game.
is your first VR title.
Yes.
And so how does it feel kind of in this space, you know, exploring VR, developing for VR? Is it like completely different than the other platforms that you've kind of developed for? Are there other things that you're kind of taking into account?
Yeah, I mean, one is obviously performance is tough. Performance in VR is tough. We need really good hardware, and we also want to make it available on as many platforms as possible. So optimizing for PSVR is challenging but really rewarding, because that's a really fantastic headset. It's a really great way to get more people into VR, where, you know, a Vive and Oculus are you need a lot of expertise and hardware, and even here we saw like we're changing out configurations. But
It's not the easiest thing to set up yet, right? But
Yeah.
it's hopefully we'll get there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a plug and play, but
They-
it's a great experience.
And I think for me, VR has always been about the tactile control of the hands. You are really using your hand. You are turning knobs. You are pulling levers. You really have that tactile element of, it's not pressing A. It is really moving your hand and getting into the right position.
So
the VR market is also a lot different than, you know, your traditional just PC console market. So that's something that we had to take into consideration when we're marketing the game. A lot of the same assumptions that we could take for granted for consoles or PC, you can't just do with VR. So that made it
it's like just
a
go there,
challenge.
just like move there. No, you've got to, like, I guess, take into other things into account on how to move forward, how to progress.
How to turn your head,
Yes.
you know,
Right.
snap turning and
Right.
smooth turning and locomotion and all
Right.
these different basics of gameplay that are different, and you do need to take those into consideration. Obviously, motion sickness is a concern that you wouldn't have, you know,
Right, right.
and it's something you need to be very cognizant of. And it's been fantastic. And what's cool about this art here is that's all tilt brush, so it's a VR game made with VR tool sets.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it is quite an experience in VR. It's also a game. There are puzzles to solve. There's a mystery to investigate, and we're super excited to see, because y'all are going in blind, right?
Yes,
Yes.
we don't know
So-
anything about it. I mean, we know that it's like a Black Mirror Twilight experience. I know it's a puzzle-based type of experience. It's a first person, right? So it's not a,
Yeah.
third person. So you're kind of in this storyline. Right?
Yes.
If you want to kind of tell us a little bit about the storyline and how, like, what is the opening scene? Like, what is the environment?
So you're gonna walk in, you wake up, you're playing Catherine Patterson. So here's a challenge, here's a risk that I would argue that we made, is that you're walking into a role of a character. You're walking into Catherine Patterson's role. She wakes up out in this forest. That's where the game begins. She's a photojournalist, so she's like, what's going on here? And she finds this amazing mansion that looks abandoned for years and years.
She just happened to come by
She
this
just happens to
mansion.
come by
I
this
mean, come
mansion.
on.
Why did she come by this
Yeah, why
mansion?
did
Will
she
you
come
find
by-
out in the game? Yes, you
Okay.
will find out. You will find out when you enter the mansion. But we just love this idea of discovery, because that's really what makes VR so fun. Is you're in this world. So we really wanted to drop you into a world and just let you.
So
That's
as a
your sport.
photojournalist, is she capturing images as she is experiencing some of these things as a photojournalist, or?
Mental imagery. Mental imagery, yeah.
Okay.
The gameplay mechanics are very much akin to, I would say, maybe a witness or a Telos principle, in terms of there are some basic puzzle solving mechanics, and we mix and match those and kind of increase the difficulty as it goes on to say, hey,
Okay.
here's a cool experience in VR. We really want to master that great puzzle solving and success moment, that aha moment, and get you onto that next piece of story to figure out, hey, if you solve a few more puzzles, what is that going to unlock, and
Right.
what more of the story are you going to find out?
Is in this experience, like, everything is kind of interactive? You can pick up things, you can
Yes.
figure out what to do with them. You can keep. Is there like an inventory where you can throw things in a bag and like use it for later?
There is no inventory, but we have definitely pushed the limits of how many objects you can have and interact with. Shelves of books, library shelves
I can
of
just
books.
like
that you-
throw books everywhere.
Yes.
I want to.
all.
I bet
all-
you probably people do that just for fun. Like, I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
know how many things I can touch and how many things I can throw.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
that was one of the things that we talked about, with our marketing team, is this is a fully interactive product. So if you think about kids in rooms and messy rooms, like, you just
Right.
want to go through the room and throw everything about. I mean, when I
Because
was
kids do that.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
like, how many things? What of a big mess I can create?
There is a golf club that you can pick up. You can swing it and hit other items.
Oh.
So you could spend hours in the house
We've
just
gotta
messing
do
around
that.
with pretty much everything.
We've definitely got to
And
do that.
that's something that the developers really wanted to do, is make this a really interactive piece. And
What's the audio like as far as like the voice acting? Because I know that it's a woman that you're playing, and so did you kind of have to go through a bunch of different voice actors to find the right voice for her?
Yeah, there's
that
always that tough moment of, are you getting it? Are you getting the vision? And I think
Like, are
it's-
you Catherine?
Yeah, are you?
Are you Catherine?
Are you Catherine?
Yes.
But with that, we had a lot of expertise and help with sound design. Garry Schyman did the soundtrack. So we
All
had
original work and just
all
original.
originally composed,
Nice.
full orchestra soundtrack. If you're not familiar with the name, he was the composer who's worked on many titles. Lord of the Rings would be one of them. I believe it was
Shadow War.
Shadow of Mordor. Sorry, Shadow of Mordor. Not Shadow of
How
War.
did
that
you
was the
bag
sequel.
him? Like, hey, want to do some music for a VR game?
I think he was sold on the vision because we're huge fans of BioShock,
Okay.
and we also retrieved one of the writers from BioShock to assist with the writing as well. And we
Mm-hmm.
have this great creative piece that is an Aspyr original, and it's super
Soundtrack is
exciting.
amazing. Soundtrack is
Do you guys just play the soundtrack like in the background as you're working?
I've done that multiple times.
Yes.
I actually do play game soundtracks while I'm working, so if this is a piece like I can add to my playlist,
It's
not
definitely
just
a
somewhere.
success day. It's
Okay.
an exploratory success day. Good research pieces.
That's awesome. Okay, so you said that the puzzles will eventually kind of get harder as you progress. Like, what is the total gameplay time, you would say, like, if you were to kind of get into it, interact with a bunch of different things, get through the story?
I'd say give it about 10 hours.
Okay.
That
That's a long time.
is a little bit of exploration. That's a little bit of discovering what's the best way to solve this puzzle. It's a little bit of playing around.
Right.
If you were speed running, you might be able to do it in 5 if you're really aggro about it. But if I would say chew on it, enjoy the experience.
Right.
Like sit down, play seated. You want to walk around, play an hour or two at a time, kind of
Okay.
chew on it, and just really engage yourself in the world. We really try to craft this '60s retro future twisted wire mansion that you're.
So you brought up a good point that you could sit down and stand up playing this game. Okay, so there's not there's no major like I need to really. I can have everything within movement mode, right? So there's locomotion. There is like I guess like is it the step locomotion? What type of locomotion have you built into this?
So there's step, blink, and
What is
walk.
blink? I've never heard of that reference. So what is blink?
So blink, and maybe our
Am I
terminology.
blinking in the
I will say in the
called
VR
blink.
space,
It's
we've
called
heard a lot of things mean similar things.
Right.
Blink would be might be called dash. I call it blink. It's hey, let's set up a space, jump over there real quick. We have the dash, which is you set a place and then your character walks you there, and then of course you can just walk through the whole space if you have a Virtuix or if you just got a really big apartment, like you can.
I'm glad that you actually have those options because
Yeah.
some people are a little bit sensitive to certain types of locomotion, so it's good that you have
Right.
those options to kind
Absolutely.
of make it available for everybody to enjoy, which is great. So
Yeah.
that is good. Okay, so audio, locomotion, it's available on all platforms, right? Oculus, HTC, PSVR, I want to say?
PSVR
Yes,
as well.
PSVR. Yep.
Okay, is
So-
it on the Microsoft side too, or no? Not yet?
So we don't
Planning.
officially support the Microsoft HMDs because they came in during development. We really wanted to focus on our 3. That's not to say I haven't heard reports of people playing it perfectly fine. I will say that buyer beware of that. We don't officially support those. But if you do have those and you're really interested,
Technically
check it out on
should, yeah.
Steam. And if it doesn't work, just hit that refund button real quick.
Okay, awesome. Is there anything else you want to tell us about the game? Any surprises? Like, is there like a cheat mode where I can't solve this puzzle? Is there like a cheat, like help me? Help me.
You're going to have a companion. I don't want to spoil too much, but you will have a companion.
Yeah, he'll be talking to you.
He'll
And it's like
give you a little
hinty.
hint.
Okay.
He'll give
Is
you a
he
little hint.
annoying? Is like one of those annoying like ones that follow you around and
Well-
like irk you to do things and like here do this, here do that,
Well,
or you can just pull him
you'll
out.
see.
if I
You'll
need
see in the
help.
story what happens to our good companion friend, and
Okay.
then we'll make a final
Okay,
decision.
so he
on it
will
later.
help if I'm in trouble, or if it's taking too long, he'll kind of help me, guide me
Yeah.
a little bit.
He'll help you guide you. So if you want to have a more casual, relaxed experience, like I don't want to think about the puzzles too much. I just want to explore around. He'll
Right.
definitely help you
Okay.
have a more casual, exploratory experience. If you want to be hardcore about it, he won't give you any hints. He'll just nail it.
All right. So there's no jump scare in this. It's really
No.
exploring, solving puzzles. You're trying to solve this mystery, is it? Or
Yeah.
I would call it a mystery.
is it a mystery?
It's a mystery. What is this mansion? What are these wires? Why are you here?
Yeah,
How did
why,
you end
why
up
is
here?
Catherine there?
Who-
Yes. And why is she alone?
Exactly.
Why is she alone in there?
All these questions are answered in the game. So it's not a jump scare game. I would say psychological horror, maybe a little bit.
Psychological horror.
Maybe.
I'm gonna mess with your mind. That's all.
Yeah,
No big
definitely
deal.
messes with your mind,
Yeah,
but it's
certainly a
not.
mind bender.
You know, coming from the publishers of Layers of Fear and Observer, like we have our games that help with the jump scares, and those are awesome, really fun experiences. But
Yes.
this is more of a slow burn. It's more of
Okay.
a
All right.
what's going on here.
So is there going to be a Torn Part 2 to this title?
Anything's possible.
Okay.
Anything is possible.
So maybe you guys have been talking about it. Okay.
But I will say,
Is there more VR titles, I guess, coming out from Aspyr from you guys?
what are we doing on our roadmap that's announced?
That you can tell us because, you know, we're
yeah.
all family here.
We
so.
have. I will say, I've seen some really there's some really cool stuff I'm excited for in early 2019, but none of it's been announced yet.
Okay.
So
All right. So
got
we will
some-
keep our eyes open.
Got some secret. I don't believe any VR stuff is there yet, but that can always change. And I would say Torn is a self-contained story.
Okay.
That's not to say there could not be a part 2 similar to Black Mirror in a different
Right.
area of this torn Twilight Zone world. What else could
Yeah.
happen?
There's a
Anything
lot of
is
crazy
possible.
crap that could happen.
There's a lot of crazy crap that could happen.
Okay. Awesome.
2019 is gonna be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be
It'll
super fun. Super dope.
Great. Great. Well, so where can our community find Aspyr, find you, find more about this game?
The
we
best,
jump into it.
The best places to go are we have a Steam publisher group, which is a great place to follow. So we have about 10 or 11,000 followers. So Aspyr on Steam, Aspyr. I know it's spelled kind of silly, but
Aspyr.
Aspyr, kind of like the Fire Festival, but unrelated. At Aspyr, I like that one. That's a good one. At Aspyr Media on Twitter, Aspyr Media on Facebook, YouTube, and we do have an Instagram that we post to occasionally as well.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We're on Mixer and Twitch. We're
It's
doing
pictures
yeah.
of just Chris.
Yeah, it's just me. It's just selfies all day.
Selfies.
Gym selfies all day, every day. Mixer and Twitch, Aspyr Media, and you know, you can always just shoot us an email, say, hey, what's up? Oh, and discord.gg/Aspyr Media. That's a new one too.
Right.
So
You guys are on Mixer too, right?
you're on Mixer, Mixer, Twitch, Discord.
You're all over the place.
We're all over the place, and you're usually talking to me. So
I mean, our community is all over the place, so
Yeah.
we had to go all over the place. to
Where,
talk.
Well,
wherever
that is
you need
good.
us on Reddit, you can summon us on Reddit.
Summon you. I like that
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah,
I'm
Aspyr
summoning
Bash on
Chris.
Reddit, and just
Summoning
summon me. Say, I have a question. And I'll say, okay, I'll have an answer.
That is awesome. Well, we are looking forward to playing the game. Anna, you're gonna jump on, and it's not a jump scare, okay? Don't.
Anna's
look,
getting a little
Anna's giving
nervous
me,
because
like,
she
this,
thinks
like,
we're lying to her.
I'm gonna kill you guys
I
later.
never reacted to that. So I make things worse than they can be. So it's gonna be great.
Oh my goodness.
That'll work perfectly for the game then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Samuel, you're missing Beat Saber, man. Viva's Beat Saber. How could you talk about VR without bringing up Beat Saber?
Beat Saber is a good title.
It's a
I mean, I
fantastic
think
title.
it's gotten like a lot of love.
Mhm.
You know, I think it's nominated for like one of the best VR games. Like tonight is the Game Awards. You know.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's
Tonight is
definitely
the Game
a
Awards.
nominee. We'll see where it
They
goes.
should be kicking off pretty soon too.
Yeah, there's
Couple
gonna be
hours.
some big
Yes.
announcements too.
7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's
8:30,
early.
Yes.
Pacific. Oh.
Yes.
Defense
Have you
grid,
ever been
that's
to
what you-
that show? The Game
I have
Awards
not.
show?
I have not.
No, I've heard
Quite
it's
a scene.
crazy.
Yeah.
Have you been?
I went there last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was nice. It was like big stage, big production.
Yeah.
It was nice. It's kind of cool because I think the trend is that a lot of publishers and developers are
Do they have
now
audio?
announcing. Oh, guys, do you have audio on the
I just wanna
feed?
confirm real
What
quick.
if I click desktop?
Let me check to see. Can you guys hear the game audio?
It's just like ambient tree sounds.
Yes, that's what I heard. Yeah. Do you hear tree sounds? People on chat. No audio.
sounds.
No
No
audio
audio.
question? No audio.
So it's enabled, but I don't see any
NARP.
action. No action on our mixer here.
No audio.
Okay, that's what I thought it was gonna do.
Thank you for letting us know. Yeah, they're excited to see you play this game, Anna.
Oh goody.
It's been a while.
It's
Come
so
on.
exciting.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Have y'all taken a break from streaming, or she been on vacation, or?
Well, she was out a little bit. She was sick, and then she was out, and now we're back, and so we're still going to continue this for next year for VR. So
Gotcha.
you know, we can always come back to this, but we can also do other non-VR games, right? So
Yeah.
work with us on that too.
Oh, we'll have some exciting stuff to show you.
Obviously, nothing that Chris can talk about right now.
No, unfortunately not. But some cool stuff. No, we do have some cool stuff planned for Civilization 6 on iPhone for the holiday season.
Can people play that game on their phone?
Oh
I've
my
always
God,
wondered.
yeah.
I was like, because
Oh,
that game is pretty
like,
intense
do you
and
want
very
to, or
detailed.
can you?
Right. Well, I guess you can.
Oh,
yeah.
you can,
You
and
can.
it's pretty great actually. If you're mobile, if you're specifically looking for a mobile experience, like it's super in depth, really good,
Okay.
completely redesigned UI. So
I just don't want to be attached to my phone like that.
yeah, I mean you have to dedicate time to
Yeah,
it.
it's
Like so, if you want your life,
It's like I need
be
to
your-
get back to my phone to
Yeah.
build this civilization.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the golden age.
It works great if you like live in a big city and you're taking the subway to work or something. You have
Yes,
time
that's
to
true.
burn.
Yeah, commute time is great.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For games
Yeah.
like that. So, let's see. What do you guys use for VR? Do you use Oculus or Vive?
I have a
in the
Vive
studio?
at home, and that was just because it came with Fallout 4. It was like a bundle last year.
I remember that bundle.
Yeah,
So you use Vive.
yeah.
Do you have one at home?
I do not have a VR rig.
It's a new thing for them,
Yeah,
right? So.
It's just
That
a
look
com-
that Chris just gave.
it's a commitment to set
It
yourself up
is.
with a VR rig.
It
for
is.
Sure.
It needs space.
It
for
needs
sure,
a lot
right?
of
Yeah, it needs
space. It's. I would say if you're in an apartment, you want it, you can make it work. But
Yep.
there's some games where it won't work because you
Yep.
need a lot of space. And I don't know if I could commit to my living room, but
It's always a question of like Oculus is a little bit more compact, right?
Yeah.
Easier to set up versus Vive. You have the sensors. It's more room scale, even though it's a better experience. So it's definitely an investment either way for
Yeah.
space and time and game.
Yeah.
Another game you got to get right for
it's.
VR platform.
I compare it to like a karaoke machine. It's a super fun party thing.
It is.
The first time you get people in VR and you get you have some adult beverages. It's super fun. It's really great.
Here, put this on.
Yeah, like,
Let's see how
there's no
well you
jump
do.
scares in this game, and then you see what happens.
Yes.
But Beat Saber is a fantastic one to start people with. All the lab games are great. Accounting, if you like vulgarity, and Rick and Morty, awesome
I've
experience.
not tried that one.
It's very vulgar, but it's very funny. So if you're
That's
looking
what
for
I
a
heard.
comedy experience,
Yes.
it's super out there and awesome.
Do you use VR for any like relaxation? Like, because there's some beach, like the simulations, like you're on a beach, or you're like, just floating in space or something, or just watching some crazy psychedelic, I don't know, artsy thing. Like, there's so many different types of content
It's
out
like
there.
Inception, where you're just unplugging. From
I love the audio.
From real life.
Yeah.
Like Rez was really fun, and that's the only game I've ever gotten motion sickness from is Rez in VR, which is just like you're a little player character, and it is just you're flying and you're floating, and I like Valve's mini game where you just dig for stuff. That's really fun. You just go to the VR home place, you explore, and you dig, and it's like, oh, I got a hat. Like, I've had a lot of fun. That's kind of relaxing. I don't know. I like the high.
I feel like
intensity
you'd be
stuff.
one of the ones that would have like a little squishy in your hand and find out like this is the best thing ever. I mean, nothing against squishies. I love squishies and slime and all that stuff.
I do
so-
own a fidget spinner. I'll admit to it. I bought a fidget spinner.
Jonathan's like, I'm learning more about you every day, Chris.
I apologize. Hand to the sky. I apologize. I own a fidget spinner.
So for unwinding, you guys play games, or do you go outside and actually do sports, do something active? Like, because a lot of people are more indoors now. Digital.
You should probably answer this one.
I mean, I like to be active. Healthy body, healthy mind kind of thing. So
Let's-
I'll go to the gym. I don't play as many sports as I used to, but
Okay.
I do play games online. Right now, I'm just on a Slay the Spire binge.
Okay.
So that's what I've been
That'd be
digging
a good
into.
title.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm the guy that's like playing Pokemon Go on 8 Mile walks so I can go home and transfer them
People
into
still
Pokemon
play
Switch.
Pokemon Go.
Oh,
I
yeah.
opened it up the other day, and we were like surprised that there's still a very active community.
They've
for
been
it.
doing some really good update. Like, it's actually a pretty interesting model they have for updating stuff, and it links with the Switch version now, so there's a whole ecosystem there.
Wow. Okay, are we hearing audio? Is the black screen only for me? Video is fine on my end. Okay.
What about audio?
Are we? Is audio?
Video.
Is everyone hearing audio now?
Video's good. Audio?
We
See the screen. Okay.
We see your scream. Oh, are you digging
No, wait,
for
wait,
something?
hold on.
Apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Does it still not catch over?
Is it that they see your background?
Oh, why did it do that?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
Those hands. As far as the texturing for the game, did you guys actually like capture real photos and kind of did like an overlay for objects, or was it all digitally created?
I
Just
believe
looking at some of
these
the
are
stuff.
all hand painted, or yeah,
Hand painted?
hand painted is not the right word, but I think these are all hand drawn textures. I don't think there's any. I think these are all original pieces. I know we worked a lot with both local. We had a pretty
Wait,
large
really?
art team on this game.
Yep.
Somebody said they got
Audio now?
Yes, audio? Yes, I'm getting audio fine.
Yeah, we worked with a lot of local artists in Austin. So a lot of their artwork is actually in the game.
Oh, wow.
They have,
Okay.
They have a piece in the credits as well, so that's really,
Okay.
really, really cool.
I saw a picture of a monkey, with, like on that room,
Yeah.
and I was like, "That's a cool picture." Would I be the only one? Like, was that a local artist here that you actually
I believe so.
had kind of
The-
installed in the game?
The best story was there is a photo of someone's grandmother,
Okay.
and I believe what happened
Brazilian,
was
right? Something like that.
it was someone who, one of our partners that we worked with, submitted it and said, "Hey, you can use this photo in the game."
Right.
One of her other grandchildren saw it. It's like, "Hey, why is my grandmother in your trailer?" And we're like, "Oh no, that was donated by
Right.
another family member." And so there's a great scene in the trailer where they pick up this photo, and he's like, "Your trailer's cool, but that's my grandma, dude. You can't do that."
So did you have to change it?
No, we had
No,
we
we
had
cleared it
permission
up, yeah.
from a different family member, but it was a really interesting fiasco. It was like, did we get approval for this?
It's like, well, this family
Yeah.
member said yes.
Yeah. Voices
Okay.
are coming through, but still no game audio.
And Marie's like, damn it! Damn it!
Why
Oh.
is it fighting me today so
voices are coming through. No game audio. Let's see.
Alright, I have an idea.
Anna's going to try to fix this.
She's gonna try and fix it, guys. This is
Yes.
this is not uncommon with VR stuff if you don't have a rig at home, especially if you unplug things. It can be very problematic.
I think it's more because we're splitting the streams, right? We're streaming and you have to have audio from the
Yeah,
game
there's-
and from the mics and from the headset, so it's
This is a
can
huge
get
mixing
little-
board here. We got a stream deck here. This is a sweet setup, by the way.
Oh, and you'll be able to see this person's grandma soon as she's playing the trailer.
Oh,
So,
That's the
Winnie,
one
what
that
about
picked
you?
up.
Are you a gamer? Are you?
I am.
What-
I am.
what's
I've been
your-
playing some VR games.
Okay.
I actually, because it's a puzzle game, and I don't know if you played this one. One of my favorites that I've played is Form. Have you guys?
Oh, I
tried
love
that?
Form.
Form is a pretty
Yes.
awesome
It's like
puzzle game.
Really, really cool puzzles.
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
nicely done. It's like, it's a good pace.
Mhm.
I think I want
Right.
to say, and the puzzles are really cool.
Those puzzles really build on
So,
each other in like
yeah,
really, really
it was
interesting ways
nice.
too.
I
Yeah.
like that one.
And that's good. It's such a great sense of depth in that game too, because
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
just you slowly migrate from in your face to all around you. And
You kind of feel omnipotent too.
oh yeah, you
Because
do.
you're like grabbing
Yes.
things from
Yeah.
different areas. Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yep,
really cool.
That was a good one. We had played a couple of other VR games here that was pretty fun too. I mean, obviously The Exorcist was one that I didn't like as much, but we played Evasion. That one just
Oh,
kind of came. It's
Evasion.
a shooter.
Okay,
It just came out.
I'm familiar with that one.
That was pretty fun. So I mean, I know that VR, it lends itself more to the shooters, right?
Mhm.
Because it's easy to, like, I gotta do this, I gotta shoot, and like you have
Right.
things attacking. But I think it's not overplayed, but I think people are looking for something different, right?
Mhm.
Like, what are some of the other experiences out there outside of just shooting? Storytelling is a really great way to do that with games. Puzzles is a great one to kind of like, work your mind a little bit, right? Think a
Yeah,
little
that
bit.
was one of the goals of the development team is they really wanted to kind of bridge the gap between the initial VR experiences to something a little more meaty that you could sink your teeth into.
Mhm.
And so that's why they kind of went this direction in really developing a narrative, something that you could talk about with your friends rather than just
Right.
15-minute experiences here and there,
Yeah.
and then you're done.
I think it's kind of cool that like you have two people playing, even though it's not multiplayer, right? But like to say, if someone did play with it, like, did you get to this puzzle? How did you solve
Yeah.
it, right? So that's the conversation that you kind of kick off with
Yeah.
players, right? If they're playing the same game.
It's a good game to watch too, just because the environments change a fair amount inside the game. There's a lot of really cool rooms. Like it's a mansion, right? So
Right.
each room there's a music room, and there's all these different cool objects of
Oh, so this
piano
mansion
and stuff.
has music in it. Like there's music rooms in here.
There's a music room, and
There is
there's
a music room.
Okay.
yeah, and there's the phonograph plays music. There are just a lot of different elements to it, and the
Mhm.
art style really lends itself to exploration. So it similar to like my experience with Breath of the Wild. It's fun to have people watch you play it because you don't really know what's going to happen next
Right.
or what's going to be the next room.
Right.
So it's a super interesting. You don't see a lot of VR games that you can have this much content, this many areas that you can explore. Especially so it, even though it's a solitary experience, it's something you could share and enjoy it almost like a movie.
That is good. Okay, Anna Marie is steadily working on getting the headset audio and everything put together. Oh, look at what we're looking at here. We got some crazy.
Yeah, so all that is tilt brush, like that Eiffel Tower is tilt brush, and all these paintings that are just fading in are. It's unbelievable to think you can use a VR tool like that as a development tool, and it's really mind blowing that that's even possible. But it really blows me away to just see the final product there.
I'm always amazed at the water. Was that
Oh,
difficult to create in VR?
That's NVIDIA's technology. It's
Yeah,
called Flex.
Okay.
Flex.
And
that's all
it is
NVIDIA power now.
amazing what they've done there. They have some really awesome. My favorite tech demo that they put out is just a bowl of cereal. They put all the Fruit Loops in, and they pour the milk, and it's just
Wow.
and you're like, that's possible. Like fluid
Looks
dynamics
real.
is possible.
Looks real. See, that's what I want to do. I want to just
Yeah,
shove boxes.
They
across
really
it.
wanted to dive deep into the physics, so like real world physics. So and they were able to capture a lot of that with the Flex technology.
Have you seen the new cards, the RTX cards, compared to the GTX cards? Like,
No, I
comparison
haven't
with
tested
the
them yet. You guys
shadows
probably
and-
are like way ahead of us on that.
We have seen
Some pretty crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
some of the demos, and we're testing it validation. So it's been It's a pretty cool card.
Oh my
I mean,
God,
just the
that's
things
cool.
that you can do with that card is pretty crazy.
I mean, it's just amazing, even when you went from the 900 series to the 10 series, to see how much more power they put in every entry of the card. You're going, that's unbelievable to me that every year it's like, no, they keep innovating. Like, Bitcoin, okay, we'll innovate for that. Like, you can do anything you want. It's just unbelievable.
It's constantly evolving. It's crazy how fast it's always changing. Like, yeah, I just got this card.
Yeah, it's like,
right? And then
a year
boom,
later,
there's another
like,
card.
pushing it, and the consoles are pushing their limits too. It's really mind blowing because we're
It's
especially
good to hear though, as a developer, right? Like, you're always looking for what is the next big tech, you know, kind of investment.
Yeah.
And so we're always looking to developers to say, what should our machines kind of power, or what you're looking for the best experience that you guys are building out. So whether that's you're working future tech, whether that's 8K,
Yeah,
whether
right.
that's like, I don't know, crazy stuff.
We try and be aware of everything, and whether that's getting the most performance out of an iPhone or an iPad, or finding the best way to bring a high quality VR experience to consoles as well, but not make any sacrifice and say, no, we want it to look this good. It's challenging, but I mean,
that's part of the fun though, right?
Yeah, I mean, and we're gamers too. Like, we want to see us push the limit. Like,
yes.
Let's
like, no, do it.
No, we're gonna do it. Like,
Don't
whatever
do
it
it.
takes.
Make
like,
it happen.
let's make it happen. Let's really push technology, because that's really what's fun. That's the cool part. To see, like, to be the first to see it and say, this is gonna be out there and everyone's gonna see it.
Yes. All right, how are we doing, Anna? She is trying her very best to get this to work. I'm so sorry, guys, that we are having this delay.
It's all good. That's what we're gamers. We know. PC gamers. They know. We know the ropes.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm gonna try to rework this. It's all good.
Trying to delete and re-add and delete and re-add, and nothing wants to work. Keeps firing.
Okay, y'all. We got some audio, please. Yes.
Nope.
Bear with us.
Because I can hear it.
You can hear the audio through you?
Because it's still going through. Even though I've switched it. Oh, Akin, I swear you're being silly.
Look at that water. That water is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's all on video. That's Flex Technology. I believe we're the first shipped title to use it. We're definitely the first VR title to use it. Fluid dynamics is the big sell of it, and one of the characters in the game is actually a fluid object. I know.
What?
He's pretty crazy, right? It
It
does get crazy. Out of context, it sounds really crazy, but imagine talking to.
Oh my god.
Get it? Audio?
I hate my life.
Okay.
Do y'all hear us?
We think we got audio. Do we hear audio?
Do you
Game
hear
audio.
Gary's beautiful music?
Yes. I think they hear music. Yes. All right.
Okay.
We're in it.
We're good.
We're good. Okay. Wow.
Sound.
Right. Anna is wearing the headset. She is
All
now
right.
going to get in there. I need to relaunch the game. Okay. You got to click on the check button to the right, Anna.
Yeah, I'm
Or you're just debating?
You can
You're
swap at any
debating?
time
Okay.
too.
Just
So.
Which one did you pick?
Blake.
Okay, she picked Blink.
That's the fast one.
Really?
That's usually what I play in. Just you gotta get to where
You
you want
guys
to
got
go.
trigger fingers? That's the reason why.
Well, I have itchy trigger fingers, and when you're in an apartment, like you have like a foot this way, and you can't. It's like playing standing seated, basically.
Oh no, please no.
Oh no.
Must be connected.
What just happened?
No, my left hand died!
No.
Oh my.
Wait.
Oh, there we go.
Wait.
Maybe.
Come back.
Nope.
No. You just went
This
to
is
the
like
ground.
this is
Oh
like
no.
having a bad day
I'm
here.
so sorry.
I'm so sorry, Anna.
Batteries. We're switching batteries here. Goodness, how do we?
But this is a public service announcement to everyone. Make sure to plug in your controllers if you're on PS4.
Oh my God, I can't pull it out.
If you're on Xbox, change the batteries or get the rechargeable batteries. I know, Epic. Such luck. Facepalm.
This is my luck.
Okay, we've replaced batteries. See, she's actually got rechargeable ones.
Ah, dope.
Actually environmentally friendly.
There we
right
go.
Here.
So if you're using Oculus, you get the
Just plug it in,
rechargeables.
it should
If
be
you're on a
on.
Vive, plug
It
them
should
in.
be on when you put in the headset.
Oh. I didn't know if there was a light or something.
I don't think there is a light on the Oculus controller to turn on. They are helping. They're cheering us on. Come on.
Come on, chat. Give us your energy.
Okay, I have 2 hands.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, she's got
cool.
2 controllers now. She's got the headset. We got audio. I think we're just about
Okay,
there.
we're good.
Oh,
You
man.
you are in the woods. You are no longer Anna. You are Catherine Patterson. And just I love this environment. The work they put in on just the texturing, and it's really unbelievable.
So this is kind of like, do we know where it's kind of set? Like, is it here in the States? Is it
I believe
in
it's
Europe?
New Hampshire.
Yeah.
New Hampshire?
New
Of all
England.
places.
New England area.
We just threw a dart on
Yeah.
the map and
Yeah.
it's in New
That,
Hampshire.
that might have been what happened, to be honest.
Well, that's where you always set creepy games. I think Silent Hill is a
Up
similar
north
thing. It was
somewhere, like in
somewhere in New England. It's this
Massachusetts.
mysterious place where there's not a ton of people, but
Okay, all right. How do you like that blink action?
I can zoomies now. I'm a huge fan.
Quickest path from A to B. Just blink.
Do you actually get to see animals in the woods at all? Do you have any creatures in here?
no, this
I don't
is
believe
this.
there are any creatures.
This is just
This is
outside?
really just setting the stage. So this is your lonely walk, but that is an interesting thing you did point out. There's no one and no animal in this
'Cause
forest.
it's evil.
This mysterious forest where there are no living things. There's no
There-
birds chirping. I don't think anything.
It's
But
evil
I do know
here.
our principal artist for the game has spent quite a long time on the exterior mansion to make it look really cool, and it does look really cool.
Was that based off of a certain mansion you know of, like Victorian?
It was based
or
off of
something?
a lot of different building types. Like I know Russian architecture was a huge influence. I believe 60s interior design was another huge influence. It wasn't necessarily buildings, but definitely those
Hello?
like those dome structures
Anybody
and the twists
there?
and the turns were definitely a lot of. It's really cool when you look back at they just have these PowerPoint presentations that are just images. They're just like picture books of all these really cool like spirals and dome.
Wow. Is there anything that she should explore outside the mansion, or is it just to kind of get in the mansion?
She is doing it exactly what you want to do. Anna, you take it away. I don't want to direct you. I want to let you
Explore.
explore
Yes,
wherever you
explore.
feel you need to head, and then.
Is that a birdhouse? What is that?
Just a lamp.
just a little lantern.
lamppost.
Like when he's
Like a
like searching,
fountain.
she's like,
I
I'm
am,
gonna
I'm
solve this
looking."
mystery. I'm gonna guess the ending right now.
We're
She
gonna
dies.
back-
Not quite.
She gathers something and she photographs it. Those are lamp lights. Okay. Like a broken down tree. Crazy things. Okay.
The other interesting thing about the trailer is it's not pre-rendered at all. It's all just we had our video guy rig up a mannequin head
Mhm.
and strap it to his
It's
chest.
just a severed head.
Yeah, and he
Oh,
used
wow.
that with the headset on, and he like
Made a styrofoam.
maneuvered it.
Not a human head.
Yeah, yeah, not a human head.
Just a dummy head.
This is a dummy head, and
a
he
dummy head.
maneuvered it, and that's how all the shots of the trailer. A lot of people ask us,
Oh my god,
"Hey, what's
it's an elevator.
what's going on here? How'd you capture that? It's not in-game footage." It's like, no, it's
Help.
all in-game footage that was captured in the headset.
What engine did you actually build the game
Now
in?
This
it's
UE4.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
yeah, I mean it's
Hello?
I mean the
Hello,
lighting
hello?
and everything.
Unreal
I mean,
has
it's,
like an amazing engine, so it's
Oh, yeah.
it's pretty cool.
it's an
Just
amazing
what- just
engine.
what's-
The
Yeah,
developers
what-
love to work with it.
What's possible? Oh my god! Did you just go down? Did you? The floor just like fell.
Yep, she just took an elevator.
She's just like do.
And I love this is
This is
also flex
probably just
technology. Those
decoration.
banners are just it's flying in the
Am I
wind.
gonna let a
You
little
can,
piece of
yeah,
tape
you
get
can
in my
smash
way?
through them. And
No, I'm not.
Just
Take
like,
out your aggression.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It moves with where I'm touching.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's very, very powerful tech. There's some curtains in the game that you can play with. It's really,
Some bed sheets too, I believe.
I mean, it's NVIDIA, so I mean, you know they're gonna push whatever they can do. Can you walk?
You can walk with a joystick.
Yes.
That is one of the locomotion options.
There's dashing. There's a few options. You could walk. You could actually walk. You could use a joystick. You could dash and get snapped to it. There's our logo. That's us. And what they did with the intro is they really wanted to be like that Twilight Zone, Black Mirror. So this is like a nice little intro video to just get you in the mood to what you're about to hop into. So
What
it's
is this little light that's shining here? This is your guide?
Yes, that is our to be introduced guide in the game.
What's his name?
His name is Talbot.
Talbot?
Not that Talbot though.
That's actually really nice the way that it kind of gives the intro with all the, the people that worked on the game. Credits, like it's like a movie.
Yeah,
it's like a cinematic type of experience.
Right, and I know they really enjoyed putting this part together.
That is really cool.
There's your boy
There's
Garry.
your boy.
And it there's the mixed metaphor as you slowly speed up, and this is all, and y'all can hear this right now. It's all synced to the music. It's this descent into
The Matrix.
dark world. The Matrix. That's actually a good way to put it.
It's like no, you're like kind of following like coils and stuff. Well, to me,
Yeah.
not
Oh no, Samuel. But yeah, all these twisting wires and the beautiful water that we've seen on the cover art and the opening menu.
Why is it called Torn? Is that related to something?
That was an internal struggle. We actually had Torn was a code name.
Okay.
I think it was
It was Tortuga first.
Tortuga, and then they changed the code name to Torn from Tortuga. And then we sat in a room and we debated names for a long
What was the
long
craziest
time.
name that came up? Like we should name it this.
Yeah, and Torn survived all the other multitude of names.
Yeah, it was Torn at the beginning, and then we were deciding if we really wanted to call it Torn. And then we landed on a different name. I forgot what it was. And then
Exactly, that's how-
But then we went back
It
to
wasn't
Torn.
memorable. Yeah, because Torn was stuck in your mind already because that was the working.
It was actually, we sent out I had to administer an internal survey, and the response was, all these names are terrible,
Yeah.
why don't we just stick with Torn? And I was like, well, yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm glad that you were democratic about it and you just like got feedback from everybody.
Yeah, I
and,
mean
you
that
know.
we're all
Yeah, we
in
like
the
to
same
be-
boat.
we
Like
like
we're
to
all
be
gamers.
collaborative.
Like, would you
Yeah.
be interested in a game called Torn? And it's this nice stickiness to it,
So is nothing related to something being torn, or are you torn mentally between something?
That's a good
That's a good
question.
point.
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
question.
Am I just adding stuff to it? I don't know.
I mean, maybe there's you'd find
Just
out
making stuff
in
up.
the
Just
story.
making
We
stuff
don't
up.
want to spoil too much because
Okay,
we
alright.
have seen mixed reactions on the ending. Some people are like, "Oh my god."
She's already pulling out everything.
Yes.
Yeah, see? This
already
is like
making
this
a
There
is
you
mess.
go.
assault. This is what you need to do. Just break things. Just break things.
What is that? It's
What
like
is
a
that?
torch or something.
Don't burn yourself. Don't torch yourself. Let's not do that. Oh my goodness.
There are just a lot of objects and
Throw chairs around. Why not? Sure.
Listen, don't put them here if you don't want them thrown.
Yeah.
There's a chest.
What the f-
Ooh. What?
I can't kick.
What room is this that she's in here?
You're in the wine
It's the
cellar.
wine
This is the
cellar,
wine.
yeah.
Of course, Anna would go to the wine cellar.
Oh no.
It's like, get me my drink. I need a drink.
And yeah, that's one thing that I love that our designers did. It's just like those little moments where it's like, oh, you gotta open a door? Now how about you slam a switch down to
Let's
open
check
a
out the
door?
rest of
Yes. Let's do that.
It's just like real life. This sucks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh
yes.
no.
Yes.
There you
Oh,
go.
look, a hat.
Can you put it on?
Would you want
It's gonna
to?
make you disappear. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I want to do the big guy.
Oh, it's kind of like the BioShock. Helmets.
Actually, didn't know that was there.
There's all sorts of cool stuff because everyone always
You
tries to
should
put it
take
on.
that with you everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go.
This is just gonna
Now
come with me. All right.
You're just gonna play one-handed.
What is this? To travel? It's a time machine?
More will be revealed
What?
soon. And
She's got
similar
a-
to
yeah,
another
she's got a
game where you
souvenir.
start in an elevator.
Yes.
Mhm.
Just leave the hat. Leave the helmet. Leave the helmet. Who are we going to be? We're going to
Where
be
am I? What am I facing?
facing the door.
You're facing the elevator.
Facing the door.
I'm trying to make sure I'm still in front of the sensors.
Oh yeah.
Oh, physically.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay,
It's
gotcha,
like,
yeah.
Physically, yes, you're in front of the sensors now.
There you go.
I was like, it's not letting me do what I want.
You know, I wish they made elevators like this still. I always find these like super, I don't know, really
Creaky
cool
and
and
dangerous.
classy.
Yeah, yeah.
Classy, not creepy.
Afraid of falling to my
classy,
death.
Classy elevators. I mean, they look like they could definitely, you know, if you fell in those, it'll probably protect you.
I like it when there's someone who has to operate it for you, and you're like, oh, cool. This is really unique.
What
Yes.
God's
Oh,
name?
where are we now? In a library. Is this a library?
Yeah, you're in the library.
It looks like a
library.
machine threw up in here.
There's maps here.
She's really holding on to that Big Daddy
Well,
dream.
you got to.
Just like, this is a helmet. I could use this. Maybe,
Uh-oh.
you know,
Hey.
protection.
Who's
Who's
that?
up there? What's the big idea? Who's up there?
Scared him off.
And
Behind
fun
the
fact.
curtain. This is like Wizard of the Oz, like behind the curtain.
Yeah, behind the
This is
curtain.
the magician that's operating everything.
So nice.
It's a Persian silk.
Yeah, those cloth dynamics are just like,
Oh.
Very
oh.
expensive rug.
Anna's getting a little aggro. She didn't start.
Oh, you can actually pull those down.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
You're gonna put it around you like a cape. Got
Whoa.
it. Do it. You can pretend that you're a queen.
The invisibility cloak.
It's always interesting, like what you can do with objects and what people will do with objects.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So it's like, what will we do with this thing?
Oh, so there's a few areas where they kind of set up objects just to see like, like you can knock it over if you want. Domino effect.
What do
like,
you
can-
want to do?
You can do whatever you want, but you can knock over these dominoes over here.
I should go
This
upstairs.
looks like that was like a robot blueprint or something. Whoever was here was building robots. Building time machines? I don't know. What to
Yeah.
think of this? Portals. They were building portals?
Yeah.
It says gravity tool on that one.
Oh. Okay. You want to throw that keyboard too. I know it.
She's like, is this an
Yep,
Alienware?
do
Nope,
it,
I'll
nope.
get rid of it.
It's one of those old school Commodore ones.
Punch
Commodore.
something in real life.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is that the picture you were talking
That's
about?
the picture
That
we're
is the
talking about.
picture.
Yeah, we
Wow.
got this tweet after that. We were like,
She's really
what's
good.
going on here?
She'll be forever, you know.
Yeah, I think it's
immortalized
so
in the
great.
Game. Yeah.
And the
so-
trailer was, I mean, it got a lot of viewing, so we were really
Yes.
impressed by the reception. So it's so cool that
Let's see here.
forever immortalized in this piece of art.
You want the money. She's always after the money. She's always looting, Anna. Always looting.
Are you a loot hound?
Yes.
I am.
She's
Yeah.
always
Even in
looting.
D&D.
Yeah.
Always looting.
Everyone's like, Anna, you can't walk around with 500 pounds of gold. And you're like, nah.
I'm sure I could.
She picked
I'll
up
find
the
I'll
helmet.
figure it out.
She picked up she picked up the helmet again. Of course.
Is that the monkey picture?
Yes, that was the one I saw, and I was like,
That's
that's
so
a cool
dope.
picture. I would hang that picture in my.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What are you doing with this helmet?
Fun basketball.
Trying to see if I can break things. Alright, how do I gotta find the
So you want to go chase that light first, and then he'll lead you to the tool.
can I use this?
Yep.
I'm coming
Oh,
up.
Helmet's got to come with you, obviously.
Yes.
Don't leave the helmet behind.
It may come in handy.
Now, what's funny is the first thing I did in this game, I remember, is the photograph. I was just like, Throw it.
You threw it?
Yeah, I was like,
You
well,
played
I wanted
music
to
off of it?
know. Well, the cricket bat's always popular too. That's another one that.
The helmet or the bat,
It's
Anna?
decisions,
The helmet or the
decisions.
bat?
It's like I don't have to choose.
Look, you're here alone, all right? No one's gonna come out at
So you say this.
you. Just
I've
put
been
it,
live before.
well, you can put it down. You'll know where you put it, right? There you go.
Just stay there.
Okay, I feel safe now. Excuse me?
Who's there?
Ah, dust. Oh.
Oh.
She said it right before
Oh,
this
it's a
serial
golf
killer stuck her
club.
leg.
The size of my body.
Okay, would you rather have a golf club or a bat? Or,
Shown on the bed or not?
I would choose the golf club.
Oh, that's awkward. Can somebody hit snooze on my phone? That'd be great, thank you. Apparently it's reminding me to get gas.
Get gas.
That's what you needed that on the way over here.
I mean, hey, we all got to do it, man. We don't have the robots deliver gas
Oh,
yet.
if only.
Oh, it's coming. This is the music room. Cool art. The organ.
Who was on the wall?
That's a good question.
Gross.
Really shouldn't open the piano. Really shouldn't.
So how long has this house been abandoned? Do we know?
It looks like, what did we say, 60 years, I believe is the board.
Actually play the piano? Can you play the piano?
I don't think you can actually.
Can you play the piano? Oh man, that would be
Piano's here for a different
Whoa,
reason.
Finally, I'm free.
That was one of the most requested
Yeah,
things.
we'll consider
play
that
the
I just
piano.
don't, I
a
just,
missed opportunity.
we're just like, how do we even functionally make that happen in a really good way? Because then if you do it, you got to do it perfect, right? You got to
Right,
get every
yeah.
single key.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just a curtain, Anna. It's just a curtain.
she's like, it's the cloth
It's
dynamics on
not
this
going
curtain are
to
so
attack
beautiful.
you. This little fairy. It's a fairy. It's a fairy.
Yeah, you don't trust those either.
It's a little fairy.
I mean, that's how they trick you. They're like, oh, I'm this light.
It's a fairy, but it's really a demon now.
Hey, you guys are talking. So that means the sensors are this way.
Yes. Come to the light, Anna. Come to the light.
You just want to kill it. You just want to slap it like a fly.
He's just trying to get out the door.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he's just like, hey, let me out. He's like a fly, exactly. He's like, hey. Yep, there he goes.
The asylum have
You
ice.
took my bat!
Oh.
That's it.
I want to kill this
I'm
thing now.
crazy. Gotta be. I'm in the loony bin where I belong.
Give me my bat. Where's this?
Excuse me, young lady.
Whoa.
That door was slammed in your face. It was like,
Yeah, I'm just
slam.
gonna turn around now. Go that way. Wait. Where did you put my bat?
No, that's the opposite of following.
It's not about the bat. I can tell Anna gets attached to things. I bet you
So
forgot where your helmet
survived.
is.
Spooky games, okay?
Uh-oh.
Secondary weapon.
Yeah, oh my god. This is the new meta. Where you try to attack your companion in the early game.
Just nothing.
Anna has been abused by VR titles in the past, it sounds like.
Yes, she's kind of scarred a little bit, I would
We didn't
say.
even get to the really scary part.
She's-
That's the
there
worst
is
part.
no scary part.
In The Exorcist, there's probably some
No,
scary parts.
in
Oh,
this
yeah.
in
They
this
were like,
title,
yeah,
in
if
this
you
title,
would've
there's no
gone 5
scary
more
part.
minutes.
There's no scary part.
I was crying on the floor, man.
Oh my god.
There was no 5 more minutes.
And there's a VOD of this on the Alienware YouTube?
Yes, there is.
Okay, I'll be sure to watch that
Oh,
tonight.
it'll be there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
and it was
check
only
that
the
out.
first one too. There's like multiple episodes of it, which we were like, we should do that for Halloween, and I was like, no. No.
And here's your gravity tool.
Take a look.
There's something you don't see every day.
It's a like a lightsaber.
It's easy to use. It's not rocket science.
Flashlight.
You'll be glad to know. Just point the handle, pull the trigger, and you can push and pull objects around using the control disc.
Control disc, you say? Oh, this thing. Got it.
You use the handle to find more of, well, more of me, basically.
I don't know if I can handle more of you.
Oh my god.
Point
This
the
poor house. You know, someone has to clean all this up, Anna. Like, come on. This is just
Just
rude.
making it. She's like, not,
Not
me.
me.
Not me. I'm walking out the door.
So good. Now, put the handle here.
Hey!
Yeah. Now, pull down.
What is this, a
Now
TARDIS?
then.
There's definitely some Doctor Who.
You're just gonna activate a big robotic demon coming out at you. I don't know.
What's
That's what may
happening?
happen.
This is good. Very good. Just follow.
You have got to be kidding.
How about
Why
that?
not?
Isn't sheer beauty? This is the referometer. Each light represents a circuit.
He
See,
wants you
when
to,
all the circuits are fixed, all the lights will be on.
I don't like
Jeez.
this.
For a floating piece of dust? You sure do know a lot.
You
like a
don't know the
speaker.
half of it. Now, come on. I've got a secret I want to share with you.
Secret? Whose secret?
We'll see. Come on.
Getting away from the sensors. It's my fault.
Take a step to the,
Look at the floor.
right.
What the?
To your
I
right.
see a floor.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Now, use the tool. And remember what I said about secrets.
Are
See
these
the
things on
circuit?
the floor?
Fix it. That will turn on the computer.
You are now solving your first puzzle.
We've made it to the first puzzle, Anna.
made it to the first puzzle.
Made it to the first
Junk
puzzle.
around here.
Success.
Will any old thing do?
No.
Holy
You
crap,
need the
dude.
right thing. You're looking for
Wow.
a hidden circuit symbol.
So it looks like you have
That's
to
the clue. Look here. See the symbol?
Sure do.
Just put this
find matching
into the socket.
things to those patterns.
Mhm.
So we're just okay.
You can do it. Have you seen people play this, like
Hallelujah, it's a
play
win.
test it and see
Now
how
we
long it
can load
actually
some
takes for
data.
someone to solve the first puzzle?
Over here.
Yeah,
Like, is it-
everyone had to play this first. We call it the first hour, the first vertical slice. So we all know this room pretty well. We've played this one multiple times. Pretty much everyone at the company has played this first one. Since one of the advantages of being an internal project is we get a lot more freedom to say, like,
Keep going.
we don't like something, let's make some changes, or
Right.
let's get some just quick feedback from people
Oh,
in
really?
town.
As
Whereas,
opposed to
you know, a
everything
lot
else
of the
you've
partner
asked me to do?
games, you know, there's a lot more approval
Power up
processes
a-
and
Yeah.
stakeholders. But when it's your product, it's
What?
like we're stakeholders.
What
We
do you think
can
I've been doing
we do whatever
all
we
this
want.
time?
So
Good.
this first area we've all played extensively. So it's always cool to see people play this area again because it's like I remember my first time playing this. It's like
I
a
remember my
nostalgic.
first time.
Yeah, I remember. It's so nostalgic.
Right.
So would you say this is a hard puzzle? Like the people that haven't actually worked on it and you had them try it internally, was it like, I'm struggling here, I don't know what to do? Or
I
was
think
it intuitive?
there are definitely some areas where, since this is the first one, Talbot's going to talk a little bit more during this first one to walk you through it a bit quicker, just because you don't know the mechanic yet.
Are you leaving the puzzle?
It's layered.
It's
a layered
layered.
puzzle.
What? There's
So-
an upstairs to this puzzle.
So one of the big feedback items we noticed when we first started is everything was on the floor. So it was kind of like you're rearranging, like feng shui almost. Like we're going to rearrange the furniture in the room, and it's the perfect way to be the furniture. But everyone's like, what if there was vertical? Like what if stuff was on the ceiling and stuff was this way? And there's weighted puzzles where you have to balance stuff and boxes on boxes so that you trigger the weight sensors. So it just gets a little crazy. So later in the game, they get real wacky.
Yeah, I mean, and it really plays into how they wanted to create this big environment, and
Nice work.
they encourage you to explore. So rather than have everything on one
Now
plane,
I can show you
the puzzles
something
are
really
built into the
special.
environment so that you have to kind of use the ups and downs and the lefts and rights.
That's cool. Is it all moving pieces, or is there other elements of the puzzle that, as you progress in the game, there's other things that kind of take into account?
They switch up a bit. So there's some cool
Okay.
stuff. Pretty early, you get the weight elements, and then there's the ship puzzles, pretty cool.
Did you say the ship puzzle?
Yeah, the ship puzzle.
'Cause I thought you said something else.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no,
wait
no. There's a
second.
ship puzzle that's pretty neat. It's in one of the trailers. You can see
Alright.
pieces of it. And there's
Why?
what is
What
this
for?
thing?
You'll see.
that you're just gonna?
I'll be
Don't
over
put it
here.
on your. Don't do
Oh
it. Don't
no!
do it.
What are you doing?
That's
You might want to hit stop.
Don't be a creep.
Sorry about
Why am I doing
Did you actually
this
put it
again?
on?
Oh, she put it on.
I wanted to be
Now,
Magneto.
make your way to the room barometer.
What does it allow you to do?
You see it?
What does
Like
it allow?
super, do you have like super powers now?
That's it.
Wait,
You're
all of a sudden
all
this
set.
is on. Like this is on now. This
Just
was
like
not on
BioShock,
before.
you're just listening to this authority.
See, this was the helmet you're supposed to put on, not the other one. Not the BioShock one.
You
this
kindly put on this headset.
The actual crap is
It's
up.
all
That
right.
is Talbot, and this
You've
again
had
is
shock.
Flex technology. As he
Stop.
speaks, he pulsates.
Stay
This
down.
is something. You ever watch Futurama, or there's a Rick and Morty episode where you see
Nowhere,
kind of a
I'm
similar
afraid.
effect. And then, and if
Who's
you want, you,
there?
go,
You can mess with him,
you can
too.
just smack him
Who's
around a bit if you want.
Yeah,
He'll-
abuse
he'll-
him.
He'll behave like a liquid.
Talbot.
Go slap him around. Yeah.
Oh, oh,
I
that was mean.
can't see you. Is this a camera? Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Is he
I'm
screaming?
right here.
Stop my
Oh,
fluid.
there's a light.
That light
I'm
is
400
Did you solve the
milliliters.
first puzzle?
I'm the light.
Did she do it?
Yep, yep. She solved the first puzzle. That's the one that kind of eases you into it, and then
This
progressive
is a
they
place
get a
happy for
little
me, isn't it?
stranger, more complicated,
Tell me
and
what is going
you
on.
learn
Of
more
course.
about the story.
Do as you
Talbot
ask.
here is
If you
explaining
grant me one favor,
about
do you see that
what
gravity
he
tool in
needs,
your
and
hand?
his memory is actually
thing?
broken.
There's
He
a
can't
button on the
remember
side of the tool.
how he got turned into
Would
this
you
form.
press it for me?
As you give him these lights that you find by solving the puzzles, he slowly but surely remembers more and more. So he encourages you to help him try and get back to his body by finding these lights. So right here,
Catherine's there to help
Yeah.
this thing. Okay.
Yes,
That's awesome.
that's better.
Okay, we are
As
15.
I said, my name is Lawrence
After?
Talbot. And I built
I think
that
with all the
tool
troubleshooting and stuff
Yeah,
that we
yeah, yeah.
did, we got the first puzzle, which is
It's
really
true.
great.
yes.
And
I don't
it's
know if
my
Anna, you want
house
to
you've been
continue
sleeping
or?
in, my
Let me
dear.
get out of this room.
Okay.
I
Are you
tell
actually in a
more
room?
if I
Well,
could.
She's in the parallel.
Doesn't
Okay, because I was
even
like,
much
it doesn't look like
benefit,
you're in a room
frankly.
right now.
This is this other dimension where Talbot
They have an effect on me.
is
They seem to
slightly
help me
more formed
remember
into his
things.
body, and he thinks
I'd
if
very
you
much like to
get
know
him more and
what's
more lights, he'll
happened.
be able to
I don't
remember.
suppose
So
Is
as
he
we
evil?
some
Is
more
he
to me.
Just tell us.
This isn't happening. I'm hallucinating.
Evil is an
You're
interesting
figments
word.
of my
There are many
imagination.
perspectives
I'm
on what
not.
evil is. And
Is he
that,
just
there
a
are
lost
cultural norms.
soul
There are societal
by-
norms. You know,
No.
good and bad and morality. That's a tough
So
call. I don't know if I would make that quite yet. I will say he's mysterious.
Aren't
Yeah,
you
he's
going to
mysterious,
ask?
and you know, as
Ask what?
the narrative
How to get out of
unfolds,
here?
Oh,
Talbot is
yeah.
kind of the
yes,
reason
I'm asking.
Patterson wants to stick
You
around.
see
Like, she
that
wants to
machine
figure
there?
out why this mansion
Yeah.
is like it is.
You'll find a control
What are all
panel
these
there on the
machines,
base.
and you know, that's
Insert the
something that
gravity
she can
tool
lean on
into the
Talbot
panel,
to help
and
her
it will
figure it out.
function as a sort of
I
lever.
want to know whether he's actually going to turn
Pull
into
it
an
down, and
actual
you'll be returned to the
form
mansion.
at the end of the game.
Hey,
God.
And they live happily ever after in this mansion.
well, I don't know if there's ever a happily ever after
Because
in the
I'm
Black
not
Mirror
going
episode,
anywhere in my
except
current
for
condition.
For
I'm afraid.
someone, there's always maybe a happy
yeah.
after.
There is one
Right.
very
Might be
touching
useful for you.
episode.
And
I won't spoil it.
a lot more.
I know what you mean.
If
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but there is one where there is a very happy
why
ending.
don't you
Like, oh,
go and
that's-
come back? and
Season
then
1 or
we'll
2?
Chat a little more.
Season 3
Oh, season 3.
or 4 maybe? Is it 3? Or is 4 the one's coming out now?
Where's
It's-
coming out now, I think.
It was last year's series. It was one of the episodes. It was really very nice. It
Was
was
everyone
very
at the end of
good.
that? Aw.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, that is nice.
Just happened. Was that
Very,
really
very
it?
cool.
But thank you so much for bringing us out to the studio. That's amazing. Like,
No,
we're
thank you for
always-
coming. I'm so sorry for the issues that we had on the audio and setup, and I'm glad we were able to make it work. And Anna for making it all work.
Fine.
The true professional.
Yes.
Your way to
Through thick
Helping.
and thin, she will persevere.
Helping Talbot slowly reform back to his body. Uh-oh.
Drop my hand.
All right, Anna's hands have fallen off. They're gone.
Aw.
There. We're safekeeping.
Well, thanks again, everyone. This has been Chris and Jonathan from Aspyr, showcasing Torn, available on Oculus, HTC, and PSVR. Find them on where? again?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Find them.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Steam, Aspyr.com if you so wish. We're
Yes,
everywhere.
Yes, and just know that they make more than just VR games. They make some pretty cool titles across different platforms. So it's going to be great. Check it out. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
and
you.
thank
Thank
you,
you for
Anna,
having us.
for
Thank you, Anna.
trooping through. All right. Thanks, guys.
No, Umar.
No
no,
Umar.
no, no. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm looking. No Umar. No Umar today.
He was in
So
here
sorry.
earlier.
No.
He said he mentioned something earlier.
Bye, guys.